Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm reading for Aries energy. So you don't have to be an Aries for this reading to resonate. You could have Aries elsewhere in your chart, perhaps your moon or your rising sign. You may also be connecting with somebody who has a lot of Aries in their chart. So whoever you are, hopefully this reading will have some bearing and will resonate with you to a certain extent. If not, you can go and check out your other placements. If you want to know your other placements, there's a link down below in the description box that will take you to a website where you can just put in your birth details and it will give you your full chart. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. So I was getting the number 2202. I actually pulled these cards last night because I thought we'd save ourselves some time if I kind of pulled the cards off camera and explained them on camera. So it was 2 minutes past 10 and I thought that's really interesting, 2202, because tomorrow is the 22nd of the 2nd. So something could happen tomorrow for you. Tomorrow could be really important in some sort of way. In fact, we've got 22 on the underline of this deck. So yeah, maybe you are 22. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. So what else do I have? I got the urge to kind of like remove we've got a different angle today. This is just so I can keep an eye on the camera. So the camera shuts off sometimes. I just saw 122 on the timestamp. 22 is definitely an important number for you. Yeah, so my camera keeps cutting out and things halfway through reading, so this way I can keep an eye on the camera, make sure I'm still recording, and also I can see what you're seeing, which is quite nice as well. And you're kind of seeing from where my eyes are. I'm sat right next to the camera, so I don't know, it's a bit different, but I quite like it. I got the urge to remove my my kind of tablecloth thing that I use, and we're back to the bare wood. And I was getting that bare wood could mean something to somebody, so bare wood, and it could also be like bears, as in like Paddington Bear, right, or Winnie the Pooh. So like bare wood. So if you go out to the woods today, watch out for a big surprise. There could be bears. I don't know. We've also got these kind of like woodland animals like here. So if I just grab these, we've got a little raccoon and a little fox leading your reading. So yeah, there could be something about being in the woods and like the animals that are there, like bears, foxes, raccoons, whatever else might be out there, squirrels. Then I got like my tiger's eye was like really glowing at me. So in the meditation before, can we focus? Can we focus? In the meditation before let me just try and focus the camera. There we go. In my meditation, as I was kind of trying to receive intuitive messages, it was almost glowing in like the candle light. I can't quite get the same effect today, but you can see kind of like the bands in there. It was literally like it was almost glowing. So in the light. So it was really trying to get my attention. So tiger's eye could mean something to somebody. I kind of looked up the meaning of tiger's eye to kind of see what it meant. So maybe this is a stone that would be helpful to you. It says it's linked to both the sun and the earth. So the power of the sun, which is like a battery pack in the sky, right? And kind of earthy energy. So it kind of reminded me of like the magician card, how the magician kind of takes what's above, takes dreams, takes the things that aren't material yet, takes ideas, and he grounds them and turns them into something practical and real. So the magician card didn't come out, but magician could be something for somebody, which I'll come back to later in the reading. It says about tiger's eye, placed on the third eye, it helps to enhance psychic abilities in earthy people. So perhaps you are very grounded, very down to earth and earthy, which kind of ties into the cards. So if you are trying to open up your psychic abilities, your psychic awareness, perhaps tiger's eye could be something that helps you if you're feeling a bit too grounded. Also, if you're feeling a bit spacey, like you're stuck in your head, stuck in that realm of fantasy and dreams, and you don't know how to bring your ideas down to earth, again, tiger's eye could be useful for that as well. It says it balances the lower chakras and helps with kundalini energy. It says it's a talisman against negative energy and curses. So if you're feeling a bit like cursed at the moment, I've definitely felt that kind of experience this week. Phone, could you stop pinging? Now is not the time. Just throw my phone away there. Yeah, if you felt like, oh my God, am I cursed? Why is everything going wrong? Tiger's eye could be a protective stone for you. apparently it helps with psychosomatic illnesses. It kind of gave me Firestarter by Prodigy, psychosomatic, addict, insane. So Firestarter could be something for you. Perhaps, you know, you've accidentally started a fire and you're like, oh my God, am I cursed? But psychosomatic. Now I had to look at what this meant because I didn't really understand it, but it kind of seems to me it's like stress disorders. So having anxiety, it starts in the head. It's like disorders brought on by the head. So it's not it. When I looked into it, it doesn't really appear to be something that you're imagining. It's not like I'm imagining that I've got this illness, like hypochondria. It's more like I'm worrying about something and now I've got a stomach upset. I'm worrying about something and now I've got a migraine. So you may have, if you are going through something that's quite stressful for you at the moment, I definitely get the feeling that somebody's in their head, which I'll come back to again in a minute. Sorry, I put clear nail varnish on and my nails don't look very nice today. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be presentable and I'm just not. So somebody could be stuck in their head and they could have they with heal the ouch as well, they could be feeling a little bit ill. Maybe somebody does have a headache or a migraine. You know, this poor fox has like this ice pack on his head. So yeah, that could be for somebody. You need to deal with what's causing you stress as best as you can. Again, meditation is great for this. You know, guided meditation especially, or yoga practice where somebody talks you through the meditation and helps you to visualize the stresses and then release them. So my phone's still pinging. I've thrown it halfway across the room as well. Spiders could mean something to somebody. Butterflies and stars seem to be a theme for this reading, which I'll talk you through as well in a moment. Okay. Let's start with the cards then. So the cards that are on the table are kind of your main cards, but the underlying is also kind of telling a bit of a story. Let's start with Heal the Ouch because it does actually lead the reading. So I do get this feeling like somebody's, maybe you've had a bit of an ouch, like, you know, like life stings. So life maybe has stung you. Maybe you've had a bad time of it this week. Maybe you're in that kind of Four of Swords energy of like, I need to go away. I need to go to bed. I need to heal. I need to sleep this off. So yeah, maybe a little bit of psychosomatic illness where you've got some side effects. You've got, you know, some side effects of that stress, like bad stomach, headache, not sleeping well, all these kind of things. It just has that energy of like Four of Swords, of being a bit tired, you know, needing the time and the space to think about something. I'm kind of getting like hermit energy as well, because this card here, retreat, it's kind of like somebody's gone off like in their own little bubble, right? Somebody's off in their own little bubble, kind of taking themselves away from the world for a while, doing that kind of Four of Swords, rest, recuperation energy, thinking things through and just healing from whatever the situation was. Now, I feel like the main thing that I'm seeing happening in this reading is that somebody's trying to access some sort of information. It does feel like that hermit energy of kind of like going within, soul searching, trying to find some kind of inner truth, because you have the soul here, the soul and passion. So it's like finding your soul's calling or something like this. I don't know if somebody's with you as well, perhaps in isolation, or you're connecting with somebody who's kind of, why is my phone pinging now? It's not pinged all day. Maybe you're finding this. Maybe you're trying to rest and you're trying to relax. And it's like people keep calling you, people keep knocking on your door, people keep showing up. But yeah, it's like somebody's here, like you've got like a nurse. Also flip and reverse it if needs be. You know somebody who's kind of in this ouch energy and you're the person trying to heal. So, or help them heal them, right? Like she's kind of stroking him, she's giving him a little flower. It's like, here, let me apply this ointment to you. Maybe somebody's got a sore throat as well. Yeah, but it's like you're trying to seek some kind of wisdom. You've actually got two cards about wisdom. Let me show you this. So this Owl Spirit Wisdom card here, which I'll come back to because it's kind of at the end of the reading, and this card here, which is in the underlying. Again, this is number 22. So it's like let me show you this one as well. It's like looking, I kind of got Foo Fighters, Learn to Fly, which came through for somebody else, but I can't remember who. It's like looking to the stars for the answers, looking to the sky to save me. So perhaps praying, perhaps trying to use the law of attraction. But it's like trying to reach for something that seems like hazy and far off and part of the sky, like trying to reach for the stars, trying to grasp stars. And she's actually, even though she's trying to seek some kind of wisdom, she's actually climbed up on these books. So it's almost like this is where the wisdom is, and yet she's searching for it in the sky. And I want to say that you're trying to do this actively. You're trying to do this like purposefully with this Yang card in the underlying. Can you see it's like this person's trying to reach up to the stars, trying to harness the stars, trying to grasp the stars, trying to make the stars their own. But it's almost like it's this slipping through the fingers. It's not something that they can grasp. So it's almost like you're actively trying to perhaps use the laws of attraction, or actively trying to manifest something, kind of again in that magician energy of I have a dream, or I have a sense of purpose, but it's got this feeling of not quite being able to grasp it, or not being able to quite reach it. And I want to say what you're being asked to do is to release it to the universe. Instead of trying to bring the universe down to you, send your thoughts and prayers, because you have magic prayer here as well. Send your thoughts and prayers up to the universe, like send it out. Don't try and pull it in, or try not to do something so actively, because what I'm seeing is you've actually got the yin card as part of your reading on the table, because this is all underlying. This is your, the main reading. So this is saying be in a more receptive energy, be in a more feminine energy, traditionally feminine. Again, I just saw 22 again on the timestamp, 11:22. Be gentle, be receiving, let it flow, go with the flow. Now this could be get out of your head with air energy representing like the head space, right? The mental space. Again, this fox has a headache here. So get out of the head space and get into a space where you're more in touch with your emotions, and you're listening to your emotions, and you're allowing your emotions to guide you. So much more receptive, much more passive. So not active, taking a passive, kind of like getting out of the driver's seat and getting in the passenger seat and seeing where the universe takes you. Because what I'm seeing is when you release, when you stop trying so hard, when you stop fighting the universe and you allow the universe to flow to you, it's like that's when your prayers will be answered. Because here it's almost as though like, she's stopped trying. Maybe she's sulking a bit. She's sat there, she's put the pen down. I don't know why I'm hearing that. And she's daydreaming. It's like those moments where you get lost in your own thoughts, those moments where you're not actively doing anything, but you're just sat in a receptive state where your mind's just wandering. It's like that's when the answer is going to come into you. So the way I'm seeing it is, it could even be in the bath, right? It could even be when you're in the bath. You kind of, maybe your mind starts wandering, you get a bit dreamy, and it's like that's when the answer comes to you. Because I want to say, especially with the magnetism card and attraction, you are calling something in. There is something coming into you, but you're looking in the wrong place for it. It's not in the sky. I want to say it's in the water. Again, sky representing thoughts, water representing emotions, or however, whatever that means to you. Because it's like whatever you're praying for, whatever that soul's wish was. I want to say that you made that call. Can you hear how stormy it is outside as well? It's like you made that wish, you had that hope, you had that dream, you set that intention from an emotional place. Perhaps when you were crying, right? Perhaps when you were in a very, very highly emotional state. It's like that's when your soul spoke. That's when you kind of made some kind of wish, or had something that you were trying to pull in. So with this magic prayer, it's like, to me, it's like something is answering your prayer. You are calling something in. You have magnetized it. It is on its way, but it's not really, that storm is getting intense. It's not coming from the sky. It's coming from the water. So it's like when you're in that passive state, it's actually floating towards you. So do you see what I mean? It's like, this is something that's in the water. It's like down, it's deep, it's heard you, and then it comes up. It's like, I want to say it's on its way. It was in the water, and then it's like coming out of the water. I'm a very naked lady here, so hopefully nobody's a bit prudish. It's like it's on its way to you. It's out of the water, and now it's like, here it is. It's traveling to you, and then it's arriving like almost behind your back. It's like you don't even see it coming. It's like it's coming up. It's like you're looking in the wrong place. You're looking over here at the sky energy, maybe sulking, maybe sitting down and being like, oh, is it ever going to come to me? And it's like you don't even see it. It's approaching behind you. Because can you see she's got these kind of like, I'm getting the word diaphanous a lot, diaphanous, especially because of this gauzy material here. And her kind of like, she's entirely kind of see-through and ghost-like. And then she's got these kind of like diaphanous wings. And even the tail of the owl is kind of see-through. So it's like this floaty diaphanous, like it's like you just, it's like you don't even see it, but it's coming, and it's like right behind you. It's like right there. So I want to say it is coming into you. And I was kind of getting a special delivery service, like Postman Pat. The name Pat or Patricia, Patrizio, something like this could be meaningful. But it's like this owl's coming in, like it's going to just drop something into your lap. I'm reading this as you, but vice versa if you need to flip it and reverse it. It's like it's coming in behind you. It's going to drop something in your lap. It's going to be a surprise. So you are going to get some kind of wisdom that you're searching for, some kind of knowledge about some kind of dream or a wish. And it's just going to land in your lap. It's like you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to search for this. Like, trust the universe to deliver on that wish, on that prayer. Yeah, so I was getting like special delivery service. Pat is on his way. Let me just check my notes. Yeah, the really, really interesting thing, as if it was confirmation for me. So I'd kind of gone through and I'd pulled all these cards, and I had a space here and I needed another card. And I was like, right, which oracle deck should I use? And I was like, there's definitely something going on with the stars here, like Starseed. So I actually picked up the Starseed deck, the Starseed oracle. And I was shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, asking for a card. And the deck would not talk. A card would not come out of it. I was trying for a good couple of minutes and nothing would come out. And sometimes you see on camera how quickly cards can come out, but this deck was completely silent, just nothing from it. And again, it's like, because that's the star seeds, it's not coming from the stars, it's coming from the water. So some of you may identify with some of those kind of ancient soul families, kind of like starseed, or there's like water starseed families, aren't there? So again, yeah, something like that. So So there was something going on in last week's readings, especially I feel like Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces had all this stuff about the water and the ocean. One of the readings, I can't quite remember who had this thing about, I think it started with Capricorn, a completely different deck. They had this thing where they'd taken themselves out of a situation, they'd taken themselves away, they were kind of isolating, and they were meditating, and it was like there was something poking through, there was something, it was like there was all this energy, again, maybe your phone pinging, there was all this energy trying to get through to them, and there was only one of many that actually got through, and then it kind of continued with Capricorn had this energy about feeling. It's just interesting, like how each reading flows into the next. So they definitely, collectively, there seems to be something with this water energy and this bubble energy that keeps on coming through. So it was like, in Capricorn's reading, their center card was the Two of Pentacles reversed. It was this feeling of like bobbing around on the ocean, like, being a ship on the ocean and the waves coming in and kind of like, changing your direction, and, like having you tossing to and fro, again, like she's in a boat here at the beginning of the reading. So it's like, the water being choppy and not stable. And then in Aquarius's reading, they had this energy, and Aquarius started with like they were going under. It's like they couldn't keep the head above water. They felt like they were kind of getting overwhelmed emotionally. And they had this thing about sometimes something can appear scary. It can feel like it's going to be emotionally overwhelming. And the way that they were showing me this visually was a big, massive, almost like a tsunami, a massive wave out at sea. And then you're watching it approach. But by the time it gets into land, it kind of, that massive wave normally has kind of dissipated. And it can just come in like a little trickle. So I don't know if there's some kind of collective fear of something big and scary and emotionally overwhelming, where actually when it arrives, waves, it's going to be soft and gentle and kind of actually quite soothing. You know, if you think about the ocean waves, again, with maybe somebody's doing yoga or meditation where you do the, is it pranayama breath? I can't think of the name of the breath, but it's when you make ocean sounds with your mouth, a bit like Darth Vader, right? Like I don't know if I can do it on camera. Like, I didn't do it very well because I'm doing it under pressure, but that kind of like ocean surf sound that you can make with your breath, kind of like doing a Darth Vader voice. So maybe somebody does this, but yeah, or listens to ocean sounds. Maybe you listen to ocean sounds while you're meditating. Pisces ended with this kind of like storyline of connecting. I think Capricorn had it as well. There was a connection being made with the person who is in the bubble, and then this kind of King of Cups energy, or this Neptune or Poseidon energy. This kind of like a Zen guru kind of thing, of like somebody who could play this singing bowl and calm the ocean and calm the surf from a place of love, from a place of compassion, from a place of empathy, and kind of like quell those tides. So there was a connection being made between those two energies. So this seems to have spilled over into your reading, because it was like this singing bowl to me talks about summoning something up, summoning something up from the emotional depths. So this is what I feel. Maybe this is you. Maybe you've been the person summoning something from the emotional depths, or you've been trying to summon something. Again, here, this is like the summoning, like summoning something in from the sky. It's like watching it come into you. But I want to say it's already here. It's already around you. It's surrounding you already. So do you see? Because it's like trying to summon in this bubble, like trying to bring this energy in from the universe, but it's like it's already here. It's actually surrounding you. Again, this could be something you were doing when you were a child, or something you saw when you were a child. Perhaps you were particularly psychic, or you had very vivid dreams. But I want to say it's like it came in, and actually this bubble actually does surround you now. Like it's here, it's there, it's around you. Again, it's like the bubble is already protecting you. The bubble is already, it's like you're already totally submerged in this energy. So can you see, like, because here she's reaching for the stars, right? She's like reaching up, trying to grasp one of these stars. Like it feels like it's far away, but it's not. It's already, like, you're already part of it. You're already completely submerged in it. Like you can see here with this like shine on her head, and then here, especially in the water, it's like it's completely, you're completely absorbed in it. You know, it's already, it's like you've infused with it already. Like you are part of the universe, you are part of the stars, you have this aura, you have this glow about you already. Kind of makes me think of like if you have a bath, right? If you have a bath and it's like you have a bath with you know, certain essences, you know, and you come out and you smell like that beautiful water, you know, like a spa bath treatment or something. Like I don't know what, yeah, I don't know what you'd have, like lavender. You have a lavender bath, right? And you get out and you smell like lavender. It's got that, it's like it's infused with you, like a tea bag. They're telling me like a tea bag. Maybe you have like bath tea bags. I don't know if that's a thing. So yeah, it's like you're completely, like, look here as well. Like you're completely, it's already completely surrounding you. It's you've got out the bath, and it's like that energy is stuck to you. It's protecting you. It's completely, you're completely absorbed in its energy. Like you have absorbed its energy. It's part of you now, because your reading ends with her actually holding the stars. It's like they're in her hand. Now, the Nine of Fire is a card about, it's the Wounded Warrior card. So again, you start the reading wounded. So I do feel like there's some kind of, there is something that you're persisting with. There is something that's been a really long, tough, drawn-out struggle for you, but you are capable of continuing on this path. I want to say the Nine of Fire for me is a very, very strong card. It talks to me about persistence, about learning lessons, about falling off the bike, saying, ouch, that hurt, but I'm going to get back on the bike, and I'm going to give this another shot. And maybe I won't try and go up curbs like that again, you know? So it is a card about persevering, being very committed to something. And I want to say it is being committed to some kind of dream or wish or idea. Yeah, it's like, there it is, it's in your hand. So I want to say, again, it's like, maybe this is something where you were trying to figure it out mentally, but again, she's completely ignoring this knowledge that's at her feet. She's like reaching to the sky, reaching to the stars. Again, here as well, like patience, like looking out at the stars. It feels like it's really far away. So the stars could be representing some kind of dream or wish, something that you want to have, something that you want to grasp. But this active approach it's just slipping through your fingers. So it's like the second you give up on that dream, the second you hand it over to the universe, the second you kind of relax, it's like relax into this energy. It surrounds you, it's here, it's part of you already. Or just like meditate, and it's just, when you meditate, it's like you're actually giving that energy a chance to come down into you and surround you, and kind of shower you with this beautiful, like, emotional stardust energy. It's right here, and then it ends with it being literally in your hands. It's like it's in your grasp, and look how like pleased she is. She's like, yes, finally I have it. So definitely, that was my neighbor shouting if you heard that. Definitely 14 could be significant as well. We've got two 14s here. Just let it come to you, right? It's heard you, it's answering your prayers, it's coming up, it's on its way. But yeah, you need to be in this yin state, not the yang state, because you have yin, which is a passive, flexible, going with the flow energy. You have this card, which is flexibility here, and you have this card as well, which is fluidity. So all these cards about going with the flow, being flexible, being receptive, allowing the universe to deliver something to you rather than trying to push for it all the time. It's like the pushing is actually, I've got this metaphor sometimes that comes through of two people trying to push on a door. It's like that door like swings both ways. Either person could open the door, but if you're both pushing, it's not going to open. One of you has to be in the receptive state for the other person to come through. So I want to say stop pushing and allow it to come through. Yeah, by being in a receptive, meditative state. So that's kind of the bulk of the reading. I think there's a couple of other things. One of them is something about butterflies. So here, again, going back to the original wish, whatever your soul was calling for, I want to say in a very, very emotional moment, whatever you sent out to the universe, some kind of deep, deep wish, some kind of really heartfelt, true wish that you sent out to the universe, but it's got this it could be for change, for some sort of change. Butterflies are symbolic of change to me, but they're coming through here, and they're coming through on this magic prayer. It's like the butterfly, it's like she received the butterfly, or this change is in process. Again, just talking about the kind of being submerged in this energy. You can see it here as well. It's like it's completely surrounding her, and then again here it's like it continues completely surrounding her. So I want to say there is some kind of metamorphosis, some kind of change happening for you with those butterfly wings there. Again, we've got all this wing imagery of kind of this fairy coming in, of the owl, of the this thing that's approaching you, this wisdom, this knowledge that's approaching you. You just don't see it coming. The wings, again, talking about this metamorphosis, this change. I always say as well, a caterpillar cannot change into a butterfly and go back to being a caterpillar. Once you've had some kind of spiritual experience or ascension experience, you can't go back to the way you were before. It's just not possible. So it's like almost like trying to go higher, but I don't know, something about like trusting the universe or going with the flow, being receptive, being flexible, being fluid. And then yeah, here as well, like the butterfly wings on her head, like the transformation. I want to say the transformation in you is already happening. Like this energy is already here. You've already connected to it. You're already amalgamating with it. Maybe you just don't see it because you're so busy pushing. And then here as well, like the little almost like fireflies, but again kind of reminding me of that butterfly energy. It's It's already here. It's already part of you. So why are you looking for it elsewhere when you're completely, they're showing me a tea bag again, you're completely like submerged with it. I'm sorry if that's really offensive. It's like the magic's in you. The magic isn't out in the stars. It's from your emotional core, right? It's when you make wishes from an emotional space. So the other thing that I had with that magician energy, it's funny that magician seems to keep coming through. Now, I do meditate when I'm in the bath. I have a really long hot bath. I keep the water flowing because water to me is almost connected to psychic energy. I turn the light off. Sometimes I light a candle. Sometimes I sit in complete darkness. I play music, and it allows me to enter that meditative state. So again, this is perhaps something you want to try and do and see what comes to you. It's almost like a waking dream state, right? So I was in this emotional state, and there was something in the water. I had this feeling, and my head was above water, but I suddenly had this feeling of drowning. You know, sometimes when water goes down the wrong way, or you breathe in water, I had suddenly had this feeling, and I was like coughing, like somebody had kind of been in water and kind of, you know, perhaps struggled. Perhaps when somebody was a child, they had an experience of almost drowning or something like this. Perhaps some kind of near-death experience of where, you know, again, it's like they connected with something beyond and above themselves. But it's like in that experience, it became part of you. Like that, when that connection was made, it's always been part of you. It could be a side message for somebody, but I had this kind of like drowning energy, and I was like, face what you're afraid of. Like, what is this? Why do I keep on getting these messages? I get the ocean a lot. I don't know if somebody had an experience where they were kind of drowning in the ocean, or maybe they know somebody, maybe you know, they lost a loved one in the ocean. So I get this message a lot, and I'm kind of sick of getting it now without actually understanding the message. So I was like, right, okay, I'm going down into the ocean. I'm going to the bottom of the ocean, and I'm gonna see what's down there. I'm gonna try and connect with this energy. I'm gonna try and see what it is. So it's really interesting that you're trying to go up to the sky while I'm in my meditative state, going down into the bottom of the ocean. So this was before I pulled these cards. So I went down, like, you know, in this kind of meditation energy to the bottom of the ocean, and I kind of formed a bubble around me. I kind of sat on a rock and formed this bubble around me, and I was like, right, I'm going to sit here in a meditation within a meditation. I'm going to let this energy arrive. I'm going to let it come to me. I'm going to let it come through this kind of membrane that I've created, like waiting for it to come to me. And then I was given, again with the kind of drowning energy, I was given have you ever seen like magic tricks where or like you know, escape artists where they have the big glass box and it fills with water and they have to try and escape from the glass box? It's in a film called Now You See Me. So maybe somebody's been watching this film. I get things through sometimes. It can just be that somebody's been watching this film. So yeah, it's like probably a woman inside a glass box and this magician's assistant energy, and that energy of like panicking, of drowning and trying to get out. But she wasn't panicking, and there was a crack in the glass. It was like she could get out. She could get out. So a crack in the glass with the water coming through. So I don't know, again, this is a visualization that came through during meditation. So I don't understand fully what it means, but it's probably a message for somebody. It could be two separate messages, but this is what I was given intuitively. And then it just kind of reminds me of that as well. It's like yeah. Just feel like maybe somebody had a near-death experience, but this energy, this is connected with you. It's coming out of the water with you, or you've transformed. You're coming out of the water and you've changed, you know. And it's definitely something to do with going from a very, very forceful, I'm taking the lead, I'm making the decisions here, I'm making this happen, to a more, let's just go with the flow, let's just see what happens, let's allow things to come to us. So a change in outlook or something. Is there anything else? Your song that randomized for you for this reading, when I randomized a song when I sat down this morning, was The Way She Dances by N.E.R.D. So maybe somebody, maybe you dance and you're very attractive when you dance. Perhaps you dance in quite a unique way, but it's very, very engaging. Perhaps somebody really admires the way you dance. Perhaps you really admire the way somebody else dances. But a line stood out to me, and it's, when your eyes are closed, I hope I'm the man you see. So I don't know whether you are connecting with somebody in the astral space, in the astral realm, but I want to say, if you are, it could be that you're looking for them in the wrong place. They're not in the stars right now. They're under the water right now. Okay, let's see. Let's get you some advice cards. Let's see if the Starseed Oracle actually does want to talk on camera. So do you have anything for us today, Starseed Oracle? Oh, I don't think they do. No, it's completely silent. Do you see? No, the answers are not in the stars, Aries. I'm telling you, the answers are in the emotional space, the water space. Perhaps we can go to... I kind of want to get the fairy deck. I'm going to get... just to show you as well, I'll show you at the end of the video all the different decks I've been using today, but this is going to be Oracle of the Fairies. So let's see if the fairies want to talk. Just with this energy here, it kind of gives me that fairy energy. She's got a really beautiful dress on, hasn't she? Really pretty dress. Okay. Any advice regarding this reading for Aries energy? I'm not going to take it because it kind of came out and went back in, but we'll have a quick look at it. Fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Again, the opposite, the switch. What did I have? I got something like this, one of these switcheroos yesterday, and it was... I didn't realise it was for you, which is why I've not wrote it down, but it was... the people who care for you are important. The important people care for you, or the other way around. The important people care for you because the people who care are important. So I feel like that's a message for you then. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. And do you know what I forgot to say? There's a fairy on the back of this raccoon. Do you see her? Little fairy there on the back of the raccoon, and I forgot to mention her, and there she is. Seeing is believing, but believing is seeing. So there is something, again with this yin yang, there is something that needs to switch in you. Perhaps you're looking for the evidence of something when actually it's like, I need evidence. Perhaps it's ghosts or something. I need the evidence of this in order to believe it. But actually you already believe it. And when you recognize the fact that you already believe it, then you're going to see it. Let's see if there's anything else for you. Let's take that one because it actually does feel like it is for you. And healing. Inspiration on the bottom there. Be prepared as you'll soon receive a visit from the Fairy of Inspiration. This is what I'm saying. It's like some kind of knowledge, some kind of idea, some kind of gift. It's like, here she is coming into you. It's like the second you stop trying so hard, she comes in because she's so subtle, right? She's so gentle. She's so subtle. She's like so delicate. When you're in this very, very active state, it's like you're missing her, you're not seeing her. It's like you have to be in that meditative state. You have to be in that moment where your mind just wanders. You know, you don't even realize your mind's drifting, and then it's like suddenly that epiphany comes in. It's like it's just going to be dropped into your lap. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. So again, it's like the second you stop stressing, the second you meditate, the second you, I mean, maybe not the second, but it's going to come in when you don't expect it to, when your mind is just literally wandering. Okay, healing. Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. And look here, this card is heal the ouch. It's like Elsa again, Elsa coming down from her little like ice palace. Like, okay, I figured something out. I've had a visit from the Fairy of Inspiration while I was kind of in isolation, and I've got the answer now. I know how to heal this situation. It's like, here I am. Yeah, Elsa coming back. Like here I am. I'm going to take control again. Like, listen, I figured a few things out. Let's go to the... Let's get to the Spirit Animal Oracle. Always a favourite for me for advice. I wish I had something that was like underwater. I've got the Mermaid Tarot, but I wish I had an underwater style oracle deck. The ones I've seen I didn't really take to the art style, so I'll have to have another look. Take a time out. Yeah, I mean, this is what you're doing. It feels like hibernating or like isolation or something. Again, trying to put that protective bubble up. I want to say that's good because bring a gentle touch as well. Again, this advice to like be more yin energy, be more gentle, be more receptive, be more passive, be more flexible. Take a time out. Bear spirit. And it's funny, do you remember I said right at the beginning, Bear Woods? Maybe this is like, maybe you've got a cabin in the woods and you call it Bear Woods. Making me think now of like Bear Grylls. Maybe somebody's a big fan of Bear Grylls, who's like a survival, SAS survival expert. Okay, let's bring him up so you can see him. Take time out. There is a time to act, right? What did I say? Exactly. The main message of the reading is not a time to act, it's a time to be receptive. There is a time to act and a time to focus. You've got focus here. And I love it when this happens, when it's like, yeah, that's what we've been telling you the entire time. Just confirming what you've been saying. There is a time to act and a time to focus your attention on patient strategizing. The arrival of brown bear spirit signals that you are best served by foregoing hard work towards your goals at this moment and instead taking the time out to meditate. Not kidding, look, I'm not making this up, guys. You saw that card come out. Take the time out to meditate or just take a nap so you can refresh yourself. Again, take a nap. That's that like Four of Swords energy that I was saying at the beginning of the reading. Take a nap so you can refresh yourself and begin planning what you want to co-create next. Come to know the lay of the land as you contemplate and imagine what you might do in this vast space of possibility before you, and begin forming a plan. Remember, sleep allows for daydreaming and rest allows for clear-headed strategizing. What did I say? What did I say? It's like it's going to come to you when you're resting, when you're meditating, when you're sleeping. It could come in through dreams. It could come in through daydreaming. This is exactly what I've been telling you the whole time. I'm sorry, I get excited when it's like the reading makes perfect sense and like confirms itself. I like a nice clear reading. It excites me. How might you become the person you wish to be and experience whatever your heart desires? Insights will arise as you explore the possibilities and begin envisioning your plan. Knowing what you want will ensure you use your energy wisely in the days ahead. Be patient at this time. Relax and be calm and peaceful so you can recharge. The call for action will come later. Perfect. So it's not, you're not supposed to be doing anything right now. It's a time for rest. It's a time for meditation. It's time for sleep. It's a time for dreaming, for envisioning. And again, there's two parts to that magician energy. The magician card, he takes the daydreams, he takes the ideas, he takes the fantasies, he takes the imaginary, and she, they, and they make it tangible and they make it real and they make it something that you can grasp and hold. So you can't, what's the point in having all the tools at your disposal to make something happen if you don't have the ideas, right? If you don't know, if you don't know what you're doing. I think Aries, you do have, sometimes you are a bit of an action-packed sign. Sometimes it's like, let's get moving, let's get doing stuff, time is money, my friend. Let's, nothing's going to happen if we don't actually put physical effort into it. But I think this is a reminder that what's the point in throwing all your energy at something if you don't know what you're doing? There's an importance to that ideas phase. There's an importance to the debate, the throwing ideas around, that kind of airy fairy space. It's necessary so that you can really think things through, and then when you do throw your energy at something, you're throwing it at something with a clear focus. You're not doing it in a scattered way where you're like doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff. You're doing it with intention. So make sure that when that you use this time wisely, so that you do, when you do move and you do throw all that Aries energy at something, you're doing it with focus, you're doing it with intention, because you've used this time wisely. Okay, I hope that's helpful to you. Do take really good care of yourselves, and if I'm leaving you here, have a brilliant week. Definitely watch out for tomorrow, because that 22 energy seemed really important to you. Look after yourselves, Aries. And for those of you who want to stick around, so the decks I used today: Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid, Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay, The Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. We didn't use it, but I tried to use the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. The Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. And Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. Colette Baron-Reid and Stacey DeMarco do really, really nice decks. I mean, they all do. I just have quite a few by them. So, yeah, if you liked, leave me a like. If you have any Aries friends and you think they may benefit from this reading, absolutely please do send it to them. Really helps the channel, and it helps those messages reach as many people as possible. And I want to be helpful, right? It's not really about the views. I don't make any money from this, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it, again, doing it with a purpose, doing it with a reason, and I'm connecting with the people who are going to benefit from it. So if you haven't already, you can also hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. That means that you should receive a notification when my readings go up, and you don't want to miss them. If you want to subscribe and turn that notification bell off so that I don't spam you, you can absolutely do that as well. It really helps out the channel, and again, helping out the channel helps the messages get out there. But to those of you who are coming in and stealth watching, and I totally respect that too. And if you've made it this far in the video, those hours, those numbers really help out the channel. So thank you very much for watching to the end of the reading. Go and get yourself some Tiger's Eye if you think it will benefit you. And yeah, take care. Or you can also go and look in the description box down below and find some more songs that may help you understand your situation or give you some ideas. So go and have a look at that song list, maybe watch a few of the videos, and see what you get from that. And if you get nothing at all, it's fine. It's just for somebody else. But it may be inspiring to you. Okay, I'm gonna go. Take care. Bye bye.